The Cheating Death Podcast is a satirical podcast containing direct, transparent, and objective information about anything and everything under the sun. We are not political nor religious. We are merely analytical and perhaps a bit litigious. That does not necessarily mean that the fight to move beyond a new dimension is over. No, it just means you're listening to the Cheating Death Podcast. On today's episode of the Cheating Death Podcast, we get into finding your gifts and skills. How this looks and what this means differs from person to person, but at the end of the day, we all have unique sets of skills that we can each offer the world. We provide you with an all-new Annihilation Announcement, an all-brand-new business spotlight, joke of the episode, a top 5 list of our favorite cat toys curated by my lovely cat Pumpkin. And he is very proud of himself, and he has received ample treats for his work today. That being said, dear listener, you have been around by now long enough to identify exactly what to do. Grab that iced coffee and put your feet up, because we are going to tell you how you can cheat death. This is your news anchor, the Cleric of Chaos, and this is your Annihilation Announcement. We make a tragedy of being able to find one's gifts in life, but the reality is that they are not so difficult to find. Inward reflection is one of the most beautiful gifts that we have, yet do you have any idea how few people on the planet actually utilize it to their advantage? Not very many at all. Given the nature and the dichotomy of the circumstances and scenarios of which you find yourself in, you may find yourself struggling. You may find yourself questioning exactly why you keep pushing yourself the way that you do. Note that this is not weakness. This is not a fool's errand. This is you doing everything that you can to move forward in a very, very tragic and a very bizarre-filled, chaotic realm. Finding exactly who you are in a society that is built and hell-bent on destroying the vast majority of people's souls and emotions so they do nothing but follow the line. You must do what you can in this modern time to reach beyond that, to use whatever skill set and use whatever network you have to rise above, to fight, to freely move upon the endeavors in which you seek. There is absolutely no way that you yourself will be able to identify exactly how strong you are until you take it within yourself to see just how bright you can make the sun. This has been your news anchor, the Cleric of Chaos, and this has been your Annihilation Announcement. Willkommen, meine Freunde. Guten Morgen, guten Tag und eine gute Nacht ist ein Reisender und eine Ausländer. Deine Allesfresser, deine Vernichter, deine Schauspieler. Und heute ist ein schöner Tag, dear listeners, because at the end of the day, we are discussing how you can find your gifts and skills today. One must ask themselves, how do you find something that is already apparent within the soul? We must take a moment to reflect, and we must look inward. We must identify exactly what it is that we seek and how it is we must speak. Knowing full well that each and every single day that we try to find ourselves a new opportunity to increase our skills, to boost our attributes, to give ourselves an opportunity to reach a brighter tomorrow. That gift, that skill, regardless of who you are, what culture you come from, what financial background you have, it's all within us. Each and every single element, each and every single bit. There is absolutely no reason why you should not be giving yourself an opportunity to shine, why you should not be giving yourself an opportunity to see just how beautiful and how skilled you are, and where your gifts possessed give an opportunity for other people to see the sun from a different angle. We ask ourselves oftentimes how it is that we can increase our skill sets in a certain area, how we can find our gifts. Well, dear listeners, one of the best ways is to grab yourself a notebook, grab yourself a pen, write yourself a T-chart. On the left side, you write pros. On the right side, you write cons. Or, if you want to use more ambiguous verbiage, write strengths on the left-hand side and write areas of opportunity on the right-hand side. In this chart, what we want you to do is identify every single positive trait about yourself and every single area of opportunity that you have. Compare the two sides. If you are not happy with the solution and with the result, then what you need to do is take each and every single one of those attributes that you wish to change and work on them bit by bit, day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, second by second. Because one of the most important elements of life is identifying and understanding that at no point throughout the entirety of existence has any human vessel ever encapsulated or ever encouraged anyone to know everything about everything, and nor does one human vessel have all of the information readily available at hand. These types of situations are easily avoidable by looking inside of the self and knowing that you are a unique entity in whom has an opportunity to provide love, beauty, fortune, and opportunity to each and every single individual in whom you connect with. Now, is this saying that you should be a pushover and you should be completely nice to absolutely everyone? Hell no, absolutely not. That would break you. That would destroy you. You must do what you feel is right within the confines and within the parameters of what your specific moral and value systems are. Now, are we saying go out and be a dick to everybody? Tell people that their shirts look awful and their shoes don't match? Absolutely not. However, if somebody is walking down the street and you are walking down the street and you are aware, front-facing, not on your phone, and this individual or group of individuals are on their phones, sliding up and down the sidewalk, and you do everything you can to avoid them moving left to right, and they intentionally bump into you, it is at that point that you have every right to tell them to go fuck themselves. Or whichever verbiage you may shall choose to use. It is up to you. The idea that benevolence is created within the mind and limited to the individuals in whom we have in our direct circle is incorrect. Finding out what your gifts and skills are, not only on a social level, but also on a physical, psychiatric, emotional, mental, and intellectual level, are vital. Combining all of those elements into one giant pool to give yourself an opportunity to swim instead of sinking. It is not an easy journey to look inward to identify exactly what it is that you are good at, or what you have that may be lovely to others that we take for granted. But dear listeners, I promise you, if you take time to love yourself more and more each and every single day, not only are you going to see just how beautiful and how happy this particular existence can be, even through all of the calamity, all of the chaos, all of the complete destruction, you will give yourself an opportunity to see just how bright and beautiful that you are. And your gifts, your skills, should be unleashed upon the world, because the world is a beautiful place when people work together. Thank you for tuning in today. Take care of yourselves and each other. Dear listeners, at the top of the episode, we promised you another top 5 list, but today is a special one for all the cat parents out there. All the lovely little feline creatures across the land, command your parents to get you at least one of the toys on this list, because today's top 5 is going to consist of a top 5 cat toy list for your lovely feline friend. Coming in at number 5, we of course have the plastic/felted fish. Yes, you could find this at most Dollaramas, most dollar stores, Dollar Generals, Family Dollars, and so on and so forth. But if you are looking for a variety pack, you can find them at Walmarts and a lot of other different stores in the pet section. They provide the cat with a lovely little opportunity to chase a little fishy around, and it gives them an excellent opportunity to see just how good of a hunter they truly are. Coming in at number 4, we have the feather stick, an absolutely outstanding idea for the cat that loves to be the hunter in the house. The feather stick can be purchased at any dollar store or anywhere you would find your local pet supplies. Coming in at number 3, we of course have the plastic balls with bells in them, because 9 times out of 10, whenever a cat sees a ball and sees its adversary through the eyes of itself, it has no other choice but to chase it and to play. So grab your cat one of these today. Coming in at number 2, we of course have the catnip treats. Now, these can be anything that are a stuffed animal that just so happens to have the ability to be stuffed with catnip, or it could be a catnip tree, a catnip garden. And you can even grow your own catnip, because at the end of the day, your cat is going to be absolutely bonkers for the catnip that you provide for it. And it's especially wonderful if it has a little friend in which the catnip is inside. And coming in at number 1, dear listeners, you may be wondering what is the best cat toy of this particular list. Well, we have the plastic spring. Yes, dear listeners, we are not sure as to whether or not cats like slinkies too, but they do love the cat spring. Always chasing it around, throwing it up and down, and moving it left to right. And rest assured, once you put out a whole bunch of them, all of them will be gone and hidden within approximately 30 minutes. So, dear listeners, if you have any further questions or if you want more cat information, by all means email us at thecheatingdeathpodcast@gmail.com, and this list was curated by My Cat Pumpkin. Today's joke has been brought to you by the Cleric of Chaos. Whenever we look to the sky and into the sun for answers, we always ask ourselves, what more can we do? But then we realize we're talking to the sky and to the sun, and we may need to do a little bit of self-evaluation inside of a little bit of a home for a little while. Today's Business Spotlight is brought to you by CRDVC. Are you looking for event management, event planning, corporate consulting, return on investment, employee retention, and much, much more? By all means, email us at clericvonchaos@gmail.com for applicable rates. Mention the Cheating Death Podcast and get 20% off of your unique solution. Today's Business Spotlight, dear listeners, begins with our friends over at Scaling Up Catches. Yes, what we wish to impart upon you, dear listeners, is that there is a growing epidemic these days in our modern society of individuals in whom are wishing to prey upon the vulnerable, individuals in whom are wishing to corrupt the minds of the innocent and of the young children of our planet. So what Scaling Up Catches does is they do the very best they can to catch child predators before they are able to act their evil upon the public. We strongly encourage you to subscribe to youtube.com/@scalingupcatches. Follow Eric Kanevsky on Instagram, and of course, our lovely professional wrestler, Leviathan legend friend, Mr. Douglas Mallow. You may know him from Championship Wrestling from Hollywood and a lot of wrestling companies around California, but you can also follow him on Instagram at @just_the_epic. Give him an opportunity to entertain and enlighten you, not only through his professional wrestling, but also through his sheer delivery of straight facts in the catching videos. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to the YouTube Scaling Up Catches, head on over to Douglas Mallow's Instagram, and follow @just_the_epic as well on YouTube, and find yourself a new way to laugh at people in whom wish to do nothing more than harm society. Dear listeners, Are you looking for fun comedy shows and outstanding events for you to laugh the night away? Well, look no further, because on 814 Bloor Street West in Toronto, Ontario, the Backrooms Comedy Club provides a litany of both professional and open mic comedy shows for your enjoyment. Tickets at a cost-effective value and an absolutely outstanding rate. Feel free to follow them at Backrooms Comedy Club on Instagram, and give them a shout if you're looking at trying stand-up comedy. They'll give you an opportunity to see just how funny you can be with the right tweaking and the right tools. Remember, stand-up comedy is no easy feat, but if you have 2 feet, you can definitely make it work. 30 units down the street at 844 Bloor Street West, we have Keys Comedy Club as well, ladies and gentlemen, with shows running almost every day of the week, cost-effective tickets starting at just $9 per show. There is absolutely no reason for you to head on down and support your local comedians. Lots of great professional comedians, outstanding individuals, and who make the night easy to enjoy. Do everything you can to give Keys Comedy Club on Instagram a follow. Head on over to keyscomedyclub.com and download yourself some lovely tickets for the next show over at 844 Bloor Street West. Grab yourself a drink and prepare for a laugh. Remember, you are just as funny as the world is around you. And of course, dear listeners, where would we be without the W Burger Bar at 10 College Street in Toronto, Ontario, Canada? Open every day from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. Monday through Sunday, dear listeners. They have a $9.99 lunch special that consists of a delicious burger and fries and $2.25 beer all day, every day. There's absolutely no reason why you should not head on down to W Burger Bar for your next function or your next event. And of course, dear listeners, grab yourself a pink pearl, lovely fishbowl beverage or a raspberry riptide and enjoy the summer as it was meant to be. If you would like your business featured on the Business Spotlight, by all means email us at thecheatingdeathpodcast@gmail.com, clericvonchaos@gmail.com, or feel free to comment underneath the video and we can provide you with a discount on the rate that you would need for your business. Just feel free to mention the Cheating Death Podcast and you will automatically receive 20 to 25% off of your advertising rate. This has been the Business Spotlight, dear listeners, and remember, it is no one's business how you conduct your business, but if you want to improve your business, we'll make it our business. Take care of yourselves and each other. The identity and the understanding of moving forward in a way of being able to accentuate your skills and to be able to enhance your talents is a lost art. We find ourselves looking backwards and forwards instead of looking in. Identifying how to increase your skill sets is not necessarily the most easy or the most plain solution. However, once you do figure out exactly what is needed to move yourself to a different level, it is at this time that you will find that your soul, your heart, your vessel, your very being, the consciousness that drives you, is capable of doing just about anything you put your mind to, regardless of whether you are a neurotypical, a neurodivergent, whether you are physically or psychiatrically disabled, it does not matter. There are many ways that this world will teach us how to do the things that we need to do, how to move forward and how to wage war upon the hatred and or upon the lack of desire to increase the skill sets within ourselves. Understand that these are not necessarily complete detriments. These are merely external obstacles that have crawled their way inward to your soul to a point to where you question yourself. You question your skills. You question your value. But dear listeners, take it day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute, second by second. Remember to breathe and stay hydrated, because at the end of the day, you are going to be a leviathan of legend among your local lore. All you have to do is just believe and fight and increase your skills and attributes, just like playing Skyrim or Fallout or Grand Theft Auto or Saints Row or Destiny 2 or Dota 2 or any one of the games in which your attributes grow by the day. Understand, dear listener, that you are indeed a galactic lottery winner. You have what it takes to overcome the trials and turmoils that you face. But until then, take care of yourselves and each other. The Cheating Death Podcast is brought to you by Nacht and Lebens CRDVC, Cleric of Chaos, and where you can find all podcasts on all platforms. If you would like to support the program, you may do so through a one-time gift in the episodes and podcast description, purchasing some merch, a cameo, or much, much more. Visit linktr.ee/Cleric of Chaos for more information. If you or anyone you know is experiencing gambling abuse, substance withdrawal, or any type of emergency calamity, by all means, please consult the telephone numbers listed in the episodes and in the podcast's descriptions. Please follow each and every single one of our lovely producers, our lovely consultants, and our friends over in the episodes and in the podcast description. Find yourself a lovely opportunity to follow us over at youtube.com/@clericofchaos and youtube.com/@weallcheatdeath. Follow us on all our social media platforms. Email us at thecheatingdeathpodcast@gmail.com if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. And dear listeners, if you are looking at adopting a playful puppy or a cute kitten, please visit your local animal adoption rescue center, for they are in dire need of your support. And remember to visit yummypets.com/voice and sign up for an account. Click the button once per day to give cats and dogs an opportunity to receive 330 pounds of kibble at no cost. And dear listeners, by now you know that life is no easy road. There are no smooth asphalt dreams that make life easier than it seems. So be kind to yourself. And remember, we're pulling for you. We're all in this together.